それではただいまより We will begin parallel session S11 East Asia Knowledge Platform for Low Carbon Growth, Knowledge in Action for Policy and Investment. The participants are already on the stage. This session will be moderated by President Mori of IJS. The floor is yours, President Mori.
And welcome to this session titled East Asia Knowledge Platform for Low Carbon Growth, Knowledge in Action for Policy and Investment. In the previous session, a lot of discussions about how to promote green economy internationally and regionally in this region. And also some initiatives have been discussed, promoted by ADB and others to promote green economy in this region. And in this session, we are going to focus more upon specific initiatives, important initiatives proposed and taken by Japanese government. And this kind of initiative is going to be increasingly important for this region to promote green economy together. And here in this session, we have quite many speakers and discussants, and therefore our presentations and interventions will be as short and as possible, so that we can have a little bit of time for discussion. And so let me start. The session will be carried out in this way. First, we are going to listen to 5 presentations explaining about this new initiative of the Japanese government. Then we are going to receive some comments from 6 discussants who are also sitting in front of us. And after responding to the point made by discussant by 5 speakers, I'm going to open the floor for a question and answer session. So let me first introduce Mr. Nakano, Senior Negotiator, Climate Change Division, International Cooperation Bureau, Ministry of Foreign Affairs, to explain this new initiative. So Nakano-san, please.
Thank you very much for your kind introduction. Please let me explain in Japanese, which is much simpler for me. 私の
From my part, what I would like to do is to explain to you on the East Asia Low Carbon Growth Knowledge Platform. Before having the discussion on the knowledge platform itself, how the knowledge platform as well as the local net that may be positioned in our foreign policy as well as environmental policy, let me give you some outlining points. Now, the networking amongst the researchers and also the knowledge platform, how to position the systems in our own foreign policy. That as a diplomat, we are always thinking how to utilize such knowledge at the platform. Initially, what we have thought about is at the East Asia Low Carbon Growth Partnership, which was held in April this year. The dialogue which took place for this partnership. Foreign Minister Mr. Gemba, as well as His Excellency Ambassador Whitlaw, the Indonesian President's Special Envoy for Climate Change, were the co-chairs. And we have the framework of 18 countries under the East Asian Summit, and we have had the dialogue in Tokyo, and we have announced this knowledge platform on that occasion. What we are focusing upon in East Asia is, as you can see with this pie chart, East Asia constitutes the great part of the world's growth, and the East Asia is world's economic growth center, and we have the largest greenhouse gas emissions as a region. And looking at the post the Kyoto the framework, we have negotiation ongoing under the United Nations. And looking at East Asia as a world's economic growth center and being a large emitter, we wanted to do something to support the process. And the result of the dialogue is listed on the slide. And as you can see, the very last 3 points. So based upon the 3 pillars, so we need to promote cooperation, which was confirmed at the ministerial level. Number 1, to develop their own low-carbon growth strategies in each country, and also to provide the necessary support, and we will need to discuss on the relevant support. The second, the importance of technology, market, and non-market mechanisms, and we have confirmed on these points as well. And thirdly, this is exactly what we are to discuss today, the importance of cooperation among various stakeholders. And as for the initiative taken by Japan, we have suggested to agree to establish East Asian Knowledge Platform for Low Carbon Growth. So the ministerial agreement was reached to work towards establishing this knowledge platform. The 3 pillars are described on the slide. At the ministerial meeting, which was held in April, as you can see, in the green circle, confirmation of the importance of low-carbon growth at the high political level. How to convey and link the steadfast efforts at the lower level to the political decision at the making at the level, and they tried to translate into the practices and the activities. And from the April the meeting to the next meeting, there will be many activities to be conducted, and to share the results of that activities in the next the meeting to be announced at the ministerial meeting as well as East Asia Summit. So these are the linkages. In the 3 pillars, as you can see, the stakeholder network to be improved. Now, in the interest of time, I will not be going into details, but in order to realize the low-carbon growth in East Asia, Japan would more concretely be involved in RED+, renewable energy, energy saving, and disaster prevention. We have given the actual examples of Japanese cooperation and support. Now, the network is the third one, the mention at the last. And this is the illustration given the concrete format. In the knowledge platform, the policymakers, as well as the LOCARNet, the Low Carbon Asia Research Network, which is a network of universities and research institutes and think tanks, and also those entities who are to implement the policy and projects. Among these 3 stakeholders, we need to exchange the views and knowledge so that the policymakers will be able to receive ideas and the findings of the researchers, as well as those who are to implement the policies, so that we will be able to have a relevant policy making, which will be reflected into the actual projects. So we have the organic relationship to be worked out amongst the 3 parties, which would be input into the East Asia Summit as well as ministerial partnership dialogues. In the limited time available, look from the diplomat responsible for foreign policy, I have given you very briefly what we view as the knowledge platform. Thank you.